Hello everyone, welcome back to your daily dose of World of Warships Legends shenanigans. I am of course your host, Phoenix61. We are rocking the Z-31. This is the newer-ish, right, like not so new anymore, but German destroyer line that I have been slacking off in grinding through this particular tech tree. So right, we're playing the tier 6, so let's have at it, right? I don't do like particularly well with these. We've got a good game to showcase here though, so occasionally, you play enough, you get a good game, right? You play enough games, you get a good one here and there. So yep, it is capture the base on neighbors. Just taking a quick peek at what we are up against. We do have good solid 4 destroyers on each team, 2 cruisers, 3 battleships. See how this bad boy goes. I will push out towards the middle here a little bit, but we're going to kind of edge towards the sort of right side of the map, right? If we need to escape, we can make a hard burn to the right. Yeah, so like I don't have the best concealment here, right? You can see we are at 6.5 kilometers, but we have built into the ginormous health pool for a destroyer at tier 6, right? And then as well as some decent guns and some modest torpedoes to complement. So that is kind of the strategy I have taken with the build. I will show that at the end of the video if you're interested. I'm going to kind of assume there's a destroyer up here somewhere, right? We are located, so we know we're kind of close to something. And then we'll drop our smoke screen here and see if we can't get just do some damage to this Nagato here, right? See what else pops up. 2 guys are showing up over there, so we know that's 2 destroyers located at least. And then of course, yep, we're the only one spotting anything in this vicinity. So we'll back up a little bit, see if we can't get angled out and help with this Monogon. He's angled away, but we'll keep taking these shots. And then of course, yeah, any torpedoes that he fired, our Icarus there is going to pick those up, so we'll have plenty of warning there. If they're even within range. Just keeping an eye out for them though. Better safe than sorry here. And then yep, we lose that battleship as well. You would think with 4 destroyers that there would be more spotting happening, but sometimes it's gotta be us. Alright, Jervis has got quite a bit of health here. But yeah, you can see like him, like he had 3 health bars and we've got, 5, right? So like you can tell we've got significantly more health than a lot of other destroyers at the tier. We'll send the torpedoes through there. If that battleship keeps coming, he could be subject to them, but then also that Jervis and this is Zara, right? So there's kind of a 3 for there of ships on the same course, right? So we got a like decent angled shot against him, so I had switched to the AP shells, but then of course he turned in, right? So this is one of those ones where if you get those good broadside shots, the AP shells can wreak havoc pretty well. We've got a pretty healthy, was this a Connecticut in front of us here? Yep. So hopefully he's moving out of the way knowing that there's destroyers here. But we'll push around the corner, see if we can't spot them and help destroy them. We get picked up for a brief second there. We'll hold off on firing at the Nagato so that we don't get spotted. Rely on torpedoes for a little bit here. At least until one of these destroyers decides to show himself. Yep, there's some torpedoes. So we know at least one of them is off in that direction. I'm going to guess the other one came around this island this way, so I was kind of hoping to pick him up. So I'm kind of like, at this point, I'm like kind of surprised I'm not spotted. And then, yeah, we see smoke screen in there. Okay, so now we're spotted. So yeah, since we have worse detectability, we can assume that it's a destroyer coming in. Yep, and there, sure enough, there he is. It's the Monaghan. We took a few shots at him before. Alright, so you get 2 guns on that front turret and only 1 gun on each of the back turrets. So it's helpful to have all 3 turrets on target. And we'll whittle him away. Like, I'm going to guess he doesn't have a smoke screen ready, so we should be able to easily outgun him with this battle here, especially since he's low on health. We'll hold off on the damage con just to make sure we don't get hit by like torpedo or fire or whatever, right? So we'll just hold on to that. We do have unstoppable, right? So we're able to still move and still somewhat steer, even though we have that engine damage and steering gear damage. Nagato's not looking at us, so we'll see if we can't trigger fires on him. And this could potentially also bait the Jarvis. Yep, sure enough it does. He fires. So we know where he's at now as well. Another one where we've just got quite a significant amount more health than he does, so right, wouldn't mind getting into a gun battle with him either. We'll get the rear turrets moving around to the other side as we come over around this Nagato. Hopefully we can get a decent torpedo hit here. As he keeps moving forward. Looks like he's kind of at a standstill now, just based on the torpedo distance. We're going to get a hit. Nope. But he is going to spot us, right? We are within spotting range as we launch these. And he's still looking the other way, so we'll take advantage of that, and we'll keep firing our guns here. Looks like he's got engine damage. See the sparks coming out of his smokestack, right? So he might be a sitting duck for our torpedoes. Triggered the fire. Obviously he doesn't have damage con since he's got engine damage, right? And then he takes a bad hit from our New Mexico, and he's done for. Alright, we'll move around and see if we can't hunt down this destroyer. Gonna guess we are the, he is the one giving us the located icon here, right? Switch to AP, we'll see how this goes. Right, sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. I always still am indecisive. Yeah, we're getting over pens here with the AP. And then yeah, he's got sonar, right? So he's gonna sit in his smoke and pick us up with sonar. So that's you have a decision point there to either straight up move away or just push in on him, right? So I had decided to move away here at this example. Not sure what his torpedo situation was like, so I didn't want to challenge him too hard there. We'll play on the safe side. We are down 2 ships, right? 3 against 5 now at this point. With still no torpedo hits in this game, but we do have 35,000 damage just from guns at tier 6 in a destroyer, right? So that's goes to show the guns are pretty decent. And the massive health pool is super, super helpful. And there he goes. Yeah, so the British destroyers, right, their smoke screens don't last very long, so we're able to take advantage of that. And either the, yeah, it looks like the torpedo bombers from the Connecticut and or our torpedoes must have got picked up by the sonar, so that kind of flushed him out. All right, we've got a very healthy Arizona out here. Yep, there comes his torpedoes. And what else is out there? Another battleship, and then still 2 more destroyers to take care of. So we are fighting the uphill battle here, right? Outnumbered on ships. Of course, they're winning on points as well. And both of these battleships have most of their health left. Lots of game to be played still. But he's pushing this direction, right? So we have this 7.5 range, 7.5 kilometer range torpedoes. So we can send one here, right? And we've managed to actually do what I recommend quite a bit, which is space out torpedo shots, right? So if you do trigger those floods, you can have a second rack of torpedoes ready to trigger another flood after their damage con goes out, right? So we're moving pretty quick around the corner. He had just fired. He's looking the other way, so we'll take advantage of that and see if we can't fire spam him for a little bit here as we try and duck behind this island. He does make the full-on I'm gonna turn and get you maneuver here, right? So moving his guns and moving the ship to try and get all of his turrets on target here, and he does take the shot at us, but we managed to survive that. Big health pool, always helpful. And then it did make him, of course, turn away from our torpedoes, though, so that's the downside, but that other battleship might still be on course for those. And then, yeah, we'll poke our nose around the corner here. We do still have a smoke screen left, but we're going to be relying on our Connecticut, right, our one remaining battleship, to actually spot these ships for us if we want to use the smoke screen. But, yep, we'll trigger fire on the Arizona while we've got torpedoes on the way. And then we'll just make sure we're angled appropriately here and right. And this Queen Elizabeth, I could tell that he was probably getting spotted by the Connecticut, so we'll drop our smoke here, and then we'll see if we can't get this front turret around. There is the Benson showing up as well. Tried to get some shots off on him, but he, of course, ducked behind the island there. 15 seconds left for these torpedoes here. And we'll just try and stay in our smoke screen, at least while this Queen Elizabeth is spotted. There he goes undetected, though. And we're at a very indecisive decision point here. We can't quite see which direction he's going, but manages to fire his guns. Like, I think he was trying to take the blind shot into our smoke screen and didn't quite go very well for him, but that gives him the, you know, you have that smoke firing penalty, whatever you want to call it, right? So we pick him up because he fired his guns, even though we're in the smoke. We'll send the torpedoes, and then we're going to try and run around the other side. Here is a Fubuki. These torpedoes were not meant for you, but you can graciously accept them if you like. And then I think our Connecticut had taken care of the Benson, and then he finishes off the what was that, the Queen Elizabeth, and then we get the Fubuki, right? So now all that is left is the Arizona, and the tables have turned quite quickly here for us. That does put us ahead on points, so in reality here we could just kind of wait the timer out and play this smart. I think we do need our Connecticut to survive, though, if we want that to happen, right? So we can, you know, as we kind of approach being, you know, spotted here, right? If we fire our guns here, we'll be spotted, but if we fire them right as we're getting around the corner here, right, we'll maybe draw his attention for at least a second or two. And there is a smoke screen out there as well, probably from that, that Benson, the enemy destroyer. So we may be a little bit lucky there with that. Connecticut might not be spotted, but I'm going to guess he's spotted since he's spotting the Arizona, because we know we're not spotting the Arizona. But so we'll take a little bit of a risky move here. In reality, we should look and see, you know, how much, if you really want to win the game and play the conservative route, right, like, we really should be looking at how much health our Connecticut has left. But of course, I'm selfish. I want to go in for the kill, right? I've got a rack ready and then another rack of torpedoes. And then we're super, super close as we come around the corner here, right? So it's a tough shot to miss, right? So we'll send one, and then, yeah, there's torpedoes from the Connecticut, right? So just kind of weighing our options on what the Arizona might be doing. I'm going to guess he's going to slow down and or turn away or move forward, right? So I kind of shot those a little bit shorter than what the suggested line was reading. And then we're committed to being spotted now at this point too, so we might as well fire our guns, but looks like we're going to land enough torpedoes on target. That puts us over the 100,000 damage and gives us our 4th kill for the game. So that was a good, fun one to end that way, and we'll take a quick peek at the leaderboard as well. Yeah, a little bit of luck, a little bit of fun, a little bit of skill. Makes for a good game, right? Yeah, 109,000 damage, 4 kills. Yeah, 135 main battery hits, right? That's where a lot of our damage came from. That does put us at the top of the leaderboard with 2,800 XP for the win. Connecticut trailing behind us there at 1,900. Good job. And then, yeah, we walk away with a little bit of silver here, right? 300,000. Nothing crazy, right? But it's tier 6, you know, standard tech tree ship. I'll quick go through the build here and show you how I have the commander set up, right? But I'm doing aiming system mod here. And then, yeah, I tend to lean towards, you know, you could go main battery traverse speed as well. Like, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea, since you're kind of relying on the guns quite a bit. But, you know, aiming system gives us a little bit of everything, which I like. And then, yeah, propulsion mod for starting and stopping, right? We always go for that. That's kind of what I tend to lean towards on pretty much everything whenever it's an option. And then concealment systems, almost a must, right? For destroyer, right? And we still kind of have bad concealment, right? Then, yeah, those other 3, you know, pick them as you will, right? Doesn't matter, because you'll eventually unlock them all anyway. And then, yeah, I'm using Eric Bay. He has some better detectability. And then we're doing Mordoff for some better reload time. And then, I think Sim, you know, pick whoever you want here, because I think Mordoff I got from a crate, right? He's a paid commander, right? Unless you got lucky at some point. But Sims for sure, I highly recommend to get the extra health points for per each ship tier that you're up, right? So on a destroyer, that's a big chunk. You could go with this one, Observant Rage, right? Like, I think that's a good choice too, but I went with the torpedoes. And then, yeah, Mortar here, right? So some of these, and then, you know, he does have this, like, sonar one, you know, as well, but this ship doesn't have sonar, so I didn't go with that. And you could also go sea detectability, right? But, yeah. But yeah, it's like, and even with a ship that does have sonar, like getting another 2 charges is almost too many, because then you'll have 4 typically on a destroyer, right? So I can never get through all of those. So I recommend the bullets one, right? Perceptive is always a good choice here too, but I went with and twist and track, right? All good choices here on this row. This is just a good solid, you know, free commander, right, for destroyers, right? So. Then I went to the smoke screen. He does have this like Torpedo Royale perk that's, you know, somewhat unique to him, right? Where it's more speed and more damage, but then the torpedoes are much more detectable, right? It's easier for enemies to spot those once you get that, especially when you get that upgraded. So I went Smoke on the Water for the longer smoke screen duration, right? That'll help us out, you know, with firing guns, so farming damage, right? And of course, Unstoppable for the legendary perk is my go-to on destroyers for the most part. It's pretty rare that I'm not using that. But yeah, that is going to be our destroyer German Z-31 video for the day, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way through, and please do subscribe to the channel. That does help me out quite a bit. We do World of Warships Legends videos for the most part pretty much every day right around this time, so if you're following, we will see you guys tomorrow, and thanks again.